Yo, let's go for a trade analysis of Ethereum, guys. It has been one day, but we need to look into it because it's quite interesting what's going on now. So using Ichimoku, what we can see clearly, we can see that we went and touched our Kijun here. And this Kijun is the 4 hours Kijun because I'm looking at the 4 hours time frame. And when we see this, that's when there is price action, something happens. And if we close the next candle, this one, which is going to be at 12 p.m. New York time, so in about exactly 4 hours. If we close above it, then we are back into a bullish trend, and we will go hit the Tenkan at least before we can see any resistance. So taking a long trade here is quite interesting when you go near the Kijun, because there is a margin, there is a lot of things you can do. The resistance, as I'm here, because some people don't know much about how to trace a trend line and etc. So what I recommend you is to look at a daily chart, daily time frame. You click on your trend on the line here, turn on the magnet, and then have a quick look at what stuff you can spot. We can spot this one as the lowest, and it went up to here. We right click on it. Shit, I removed. Let me put it back. Right click, setting, extend right line. Let's have it in white so we can see that we are above this trend line, which is a good sign though, because we are having resistance from the bottom, so price support now. So that's cool. We are going to put our horizontal lines here to see a price support, some other price support. We have got one here. What is the next resistance? As I'm here, but there is this one, the latest over there. Can I see another one somewhere? But I've got here now, which kind of match with this, but let's not bother with this one. It's close to the trend line, so don't bother to having too many lines everywhere. It's just annoying. So now turning on with the cloud, what I can see, where I see a resistance here, because I've got this SSB of the cloud here, very flat. So that's a resistance. And I have a resistance here, so I can see straight away where is my next resistance, so about here. You got it? That's why we use the Ichimoku also, because we can see this stuff. Now let's look at the lagging, because we didn't talk about it on a daily time frame. Okay, we're still above this resistance and above our SSB of the cloud. So why not? Why not? However, if we enter, we have some margin to go down up to this resistance. But at the moment, we are not talking to go lower than 3,000 USDT or USD. So that's perfect. And we are going to get very close to this area of resistance. So if we're still going flat, very indecisive, we'll have to make a decision on the 15th or 16th of August. That's where things could change dramatically. And on the 16th or 17th, it's next week, Monday. So let's go back on the 4 hours. We'll need to look at the lagging. I want to see my lagging, which is this one. I right click on it, move visual order, bring to front. And now I realize that it's kind of difficult to see when it's above the white color though. So I need to change that quickly. Up, as I'm here, look at the input, 27, guys. Don't forget, put your displacement at 27, otherwise you're gonna get it wrong. TradingView has a bug about it. Nobody's fixing, so we don't care. We use like this. I'm gonna put it yellow. Perfect. So we see that we start to push inside this candle. It's a quite big candle, but yeah, it didn't resist us, and now we kind of looking to go over here. It looks like doji, 3 doji candles, so it's easy to get out. If we don't get out with it, it means we go on a bearish trend a bit, and we will have resistance here. And if we break this, then we have to follow down here and here and here, and the only escape we will have is around here before it goes back. So I wouldn't expect this to happen. If this happened though, we could have this this scenario could happen. So let's trace where it goes up to here. Let's put it in yellow, in big, so we know where we are. And before we get there, what's the period of time? Up, how many? So I click here to here. That's 8 bar. So I take my toe. Oh, sorry, I go to the wrong. I push space. So we take it now. We take our period, our date range, and we put it here. So if something happens, we go bearish. We will be around the 13th of August at 4 p.m. before we have a chance to go bullish again. Okay, that's how we can see the trend. So if we break down our Kijun here, We will go on a bearish trend after we break down the Kijun and this resistance. We are on a bearish trend, and in that case, worst case scenario, we back into track on a bullish trend on the 13th of August, New York time at 4 p.m. And that will probably bring us down to, you can see through this candle, so bring us around this price, around 2,950. So you see in USD, that should be about 3,000. So we always in this kind of range. But that's good to see, because at least we have an indication of what could happen. In the contrary, if we're going bullish, then as I told you earlier, we got this resistance here, the Tenkan, that's going to create some resistance. Less than our Kijun. Now remember, a Kijun is based on 26 period from behind, divided by 2, and it's the comparison between the highest and lowest candle. But for the Tenkan, same shit, but on 9 period only, so shorter time. That's why our Tenkan follow our chart very closely, you see, always very close, while the Kijun is not that close, it's always a bit away. Okay, guys? So that's it for the moment with Ethereum. Remember that every day since the fork of the London fork, we are burning about 2 Ethereum a day. So you do the maths, it's a lot of money every day. So sorry, not a day, my bad, a minute. 2 Ethereum a minute. It's $6,000 every minute goes in smoke. So it creates deflation of the coin. So yeah, so we're going way big. It's interesting to know that. So we should have the support for our coin to keep pushing up and up and up and up. So next step is the 3,555 USDT, guys. That's the next step, and after that we break and have to go. We have the 4,372 after. Okay, guys, I'll see you later. Please like and comment, because I'm making this video for free, and it takes some time, of course. Doing a trade analysis is not something you can do in just 5 minutes. It looks like it because the video is short, but I do look into it way longer than this. I also take trades every day, and I like to teach about the Ichimoku cloud, because honestly, one of the best indicator. A lot of people will tell you, oh no, you don't take trade when you are inside the cloud. If you are above, you take only long. If you are under the cloud, you take only short. It's not true. Okay, you can actually trade on everywhere with it. You have to just look at your indicators, and every indicator of the Ichimoku, as much as they are and as confusing as it seems, they're pretty easy to understand. And imagine if I turn my MTF to be able to see other time frame at the same time. Okay, that starts to be a fucking mess, but I still do know what I'm looking at because I'm used to. And you can as well. It's not complicated. You can learn quickly. So I recommend you the Ichimoku Cloud for your analysis. It's super important. Maybe add a MACD. Look at the RSI 14 sometime to quickly see a divergence, but that's it. Actually, since I'm here, why not we are looking at a divergence, because I haven't looked into it for a while, so maybe we can do it together. If you guys don't know what to do, RSI 14 indicator, sorry, just RSI. Oh, that's this one. No, it's not this one. Pop, what I've done here, RSI. Up, relative strength. Here, let me delete this up. Let me change the color. I like it yellow. I don't give a shit of a background. And 70-50, that's what we have. Perfect. So I'm gonna go on a daily, quick view at the daily, just to try to spot some divergence. Is this one a divergence? Let's see. Let's trace it. So I'm gonna start it here to here. Let me remove this extended line and put it yellow for the moment, and larger 3 will be nice. So we trace the same one here on our chart at the RSI 14 up, and we can see, yeah, that's a divergence. Okay, so we could have seen this coming. It's from the 27th of June, but I think I added actually this one, so nothing new. But we want to see if here there is anything, and we are on a daily, so we're not going to see much compared to here. If we're going above or lower, so far we're still above. Okay, this one's still above. So it's a good sign that our RSI goes down again. Some people will use the RSI 14 the way it is to talk about oversold, overbought. But imagine that's when you're going overbought. Yeah, it's going overbought again and again. But at some point we need to stop somewhere, right? Once we are at 100, it's over. So how we can keep going up if we go to 100? It's easy. We need just to go down again. So that's what's going on here. You see, we're going down again, and once it's going to boost again up here, even if it doesn't go above this here, this RSI here, we're still going to go bullish, and we could even go higher at some point than here, and that will be perfect. At the moment, you see the difference between this high here, this candle, and this one. There is a big difference, but here on the RSI, not so much. Look, we are here to here. It's very minimum. So we don't want to go too quickly above it, because that will be a massive divergence. That wouldn't be a good sign. That will predict a bearish trend. So at the moment, it's actually perfect. We're going low here, even lower than our 70 band. Perfect. When you look at taking quick trades and using the RSI, if you are playing on a short time frame, use the 5 minutes time frame, maybe, or 30 minutes time frame. Okay, use RSI 2. RSI 2, so go to your setting and change it to 2, and that will give you a better view of what's going on here right now. But don't use a 2 on a daily or on a 4 hours, 1 hour. It's too big. It's too big. Pop. What happened here? I like to remove volume. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, but of course, yeah. What happened is simply that I'm on a 5 minutes time frame. Yeah, boy. Yes. Okay, so you see up, it's way down here, and also you change your RSI to the band. Lower band, you put it at 5 if you are using RSI 2, and higher band 95, and middle band you can leave it if you want, doesn't matter, as you wish, guys. But here you see we crossed down our oversold pass here, band, which is 5. So as soon as we go back into it, we should see a large uptrend, at least on the short term, 5 minutes. Okay, I think I talk enough. If you want to know more about all the crypto and how to trade Ichimoku, watch one of my videos this week. I think it's a 20-minute long video about Bitcoin, trade analysis of Bitcoin, and pretty good one. Okay, I go deep into a lot of things that you guys should do always before you start your week or your day. At least once a week, at least do it, because if you don't do that, you're not gonna see what's going to happen to your chart or to your altcoins. It's very important to look into it. So that's it. Like and subscribe. Quick music at the end. I made this music myself. So if you like this sound, like, post a comment. If you don't like my accent, say it. Just do something. See you guys.